I fucking told y'all, bro. When you get the test, you pass the test, you are rewarded with some fucking rewards, bro. I remember so like last year I reached out to and I kept calling all these like real estate agencies because I want to do real estate photography on the side, bro. Because I've always wanted to do it and it's good money and it's really easy. And so I reached out, I called all these places, never heard back. I even talked to my own realtor, just nothing was clicking. Like people told me to send them my info and stuff like that, but nothing, literally nothing. So I completely forgot about it. And I talked about this a little bit in a previous video, but like a couple weeks ago, I'm at therapy. I get a call. I didn't answer. I didn't know who was calling me. So then after my therapy session, I get out. I look at my phone. Oh, who is it? Hey, I'm just reaching out. Do you still do photos? I need photos to be done, right? It only had been like 30 minutes, right? So I called them back. This is somebody that I completely forgot. I had reached out to this person a year ago, right? And I saw the last time we texted was a year ago, and I had sent them my portfolio, right? So I immediately call back and I text back, like, da, 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 da. Don't hear anything, don't respond. And then I started getting this feeling, this overwhelming feeling of like, oh my god, there's this thing, I need to do it. I'm gonna keep calling them. I'm gonna keep texting them. Like now I feel like I need this thing. Now I'm reeking of desperation. This is the thing, and I felt myself getting so like in that vibration of like, oh, I need this, bro. And like this thing that was not even in my brain at all. This thing that was like a seed I had planted so long ago has now come up, and it's time for me to reap it. And I missed the call. I missed the call. Oh no, they're gonna go to someone else. Da, da, da. All this thinking going crazy, and then I was like, so this is the test. This is the test. Do I trust? So I said, oh, I'm not going to keep reaching out. I called once. I've responded. That's all I'm going to do. I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm a fucking tree. Because what's going to happen? What's going to happen is if I go down that path of keeping reaching out, keep calling, trying to get this, I'm now in this mode of desperation. And now rather than being a tree and letting the birds come to my branches, I'm moving around. I'm the bird flying to the tree, right? Like I'm looking for something. I'm always on the look. And then that's gonna lead me down a path where I'm constantly like, moving towards something. And so instead I was like, wait, let me plant my fucking roots. Hold up. I don't need to do nothing. I'm not gonna go down that path. I'm just gonna stand still. And once again, I've lost nothing. I've gained nothing. This was just something from the past that came up. If they don't want me, if they can handle me not answering for 30 minutes, so be it. Like I don't need that, and I let it go. I let it go. Couple weeks pass. Couple fucking weeks pass. On Friday, 2 days ago, my realtor was like, "Hey, do you still do photos? I need someone to do photos for me." Pass. I passed the test. I stood still. Now someone else is coming. Oh, okay. I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, I'm heading down to go see my parents, but I'll be back on Sunday. I can do them then. She said, okay. She's like, how much do you want? I said, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know how this works. She's like, well, we, the company gave me a budget of $200, so I'll give you $200. Oh, okay. I was like, and I was like, how many photos you want? She's like, oh, it's only like a 1,500 square feet or 1,200 square feet, a lot of property, so maybe like 25 photos. Oh, okay. I said, all right, I get it done on Sunday. So me and Julian, we drive back today. This is the crazy shit. It, you pass the test and the shit fucking comes. I held it down. I didn't fall for the getting back into like the greed and the envy and all that type of shit. I didn't get into desperation. I didn't reek of anything. I looked at the opportunity. I said, all right, I did what I could. I don't need it. I don't need anything. Another one will come. And it came. So me and Julian, we drove back today from my parents' house. We got home. I realized my cameras were my batteries were dead, so I charged the batteries, and it was getting around 6, and it was like 30 minutes away, and I didn't want it to get dark out, so whatever. So we arrived there around 7:30, 7:45. First thing that happens, I go to get my tripod out. Julian tries to help me get the tripod out, and the tripod is like a thing that you push down on the middle piece, and all the legs will expand. But she didn't know that. She'd never seen a tripod, so she just grabs a leg, pulls out, snaps the whole fucking leg off. I was fucking pissed. I was like, dude, really? There's no way. We've been here we just got here. So whatever. I was able to clip a piece back on, but she fully snapped the plastic off. So I was like holding the tripod together for the most part. We take the first photo. And I also want to bring her because she's got a good eye for this shit, and it's just fun. We get the first photo. We get inside. I do the front. I do the back, exterior back to the backyard because it's on like 2 acres, right? Then we get inside, bro. Open all the windows. We turn only the white if they all the yellow. You don't want yellow light. You only want white LED light, like when you're taking real estate photography. So I turn on if there was a yellow light, I left it off. Started going. We're hitting the corners. And really, it's a learning opportunity too because I didn't realize that how important it is to have a fisheye lens. So some of the photos like of the rooms, if I took it on my tripod with my camera, it just didn't look. It looked so tiny the room. So I had to take some of the photos on our phone with a tripod, or not with a tripod with fisheye with 0.5 on. And anyways, so at some point, bro, we're sitting there, and also the other reason I wanted to bring her was like this place was out in the sticks and I didn't want to go to a house when it was getting close to sunset and being here by myself, bro. Call me a fucking pussy. I don't care. I'm definitely a pussy because that shit it's fucking scary, right? And we're there, bro. We're at the point we're taking pictures of the kitchen, right? The foyer is like how do I even do this like on a thing? The foyer is like here, and I'm like, yeah, imagine like this. Like I'm over here taking photos of the kitchen, which is over here, and the front door is like over here. We're taking a photo. All of a sudden, we heard loud banging at the front door. I look at her. She looks at me. We ignore it. We ignore it. We go on. We do the whole house, right? We take photos of the whole house. We then shut the blinds. We turn the lights off. My camera was about to die at the very end. We're good. And I take a couple more photos of the outside from not from the center, from off angles, so I can get the backyard in the front and the front of the house and the backyard at the same time. We're doing all that, bro. Then we get in the car, and our first thing we said when we get in the car was like, "Yo, that was fucking scary as shit. I don't like being like we did not like being in that house, bro. It was mad scary. It was mad scary, but bro, it took us like less than 30 minutes to do all the photos. Now, just edit them, send them off. And so I'm texting the realtor, and I was just like, "Hey, I had Julianne. We're on the way home. I'm having Julianne text the realtor for me. I'm like, hey, uh, you know, what we just got done in the house, like, and she's like, did you guys lock up? Did you do everything? Because it was a lock key. This is the easiest shit ever, bro. This is the easiest shit. You walk to a house, they have the fucking lock box in the front. You get the code, you walk in. You don't have to worry about like being with the realtor. You just do this shit by yourself, right? So she just asked, make sure we locked up everything, and then I was like, yeah, and I shut all the blinds and all that type of shit. And then I was like, I really appreciate this opportunity. I tried to get into this for like a year and a half with like, or over a year with like no luck, and nobody allowing me to do it for pro bono or even just so I can get my portfolio up. So I really appreciate it. Um, and yeah, just gave her a lot of thanks. And then she's like, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna shout you out at Tuesday's meeting. Because I told Julianne, I said, "Oh, this is the start. Like, if we do good on this first one, and our photos look nice, and I edit them nicely, bro, we're gonna have a fire gig." Because what was happening last year was there's a monopoly in my area on real estate photography of houses 500 grand and more. But below that, like the full 500 less, the 400 less, the $300,000 less, most of the time the realtors just do it on their phone. They don't even like want to pay someone. But then you have these houses that have really bad photos and they take so long to sell because the realtors they're not setting up a tripod. They're really just going like this with their phone. They're like, whatever. I'm not gonna show you, but they're just like, right. And so that's what the guy, like one time, like a kind of a nice guy that talked to me. He didn't really have any jobs for me, but he was like, yo, he owned a real estate company. And last year when I talked to him, he was like, hey, dude, you could get a monopoly on these $300,000-$250,000 houses. Like no one's doing them. That's your market. And this is the start. I'm not gonna hope for nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I need this. But it could be the start of something, and that's it. And that's it, dude. You know how much money this shit is? I got paid $200. Like, yes, editing takes a while, but you have two ways to do editing. Do it yourself, or you just hire someone on Fiverr, and all the people on Fiverr that do really good real estate photography editing, they'll do $1 a photo. So it's $25. I'm getting paid $200. I'll give them 25. I pocket $175 for 30 minutes of work. Imagine when I get to do it. And in my area, there's so many of these houses. Like, and it's not even just my city. It's like all the real estate companies own like all the real estate in the surrounding towns as well. That's where you have the more cheaper housing, bro. I told Julianne, I said, bro, instead of babysitting, bro, you could do this with me. Like it's not even like a big. We don't have to make a big thing out of it. It's not even like that. It's not like, oh, we're gonna just drop everything to become real estate photographers. No, no, no. We have a lot of other shit going on. But as a great side hustle, bro, imagine, and I get $200 a house, $300 a house. Imagine if I do even like 3 to 5 houses a week. That's like 600 to $1,000 a week in extra money for literally doing nothing. It's so easy. This is what I was telling you all. This is what I tell you all. You don't need to chase money, bro. Money comes. Money comes. You just stand still. You just make shit. You plant some seeds. Money will come. Money always comes. And I was even telling my mom how much money I had, and she was just like, "What?" She's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm in the big leagues now, bro. I got my credits right. Everything's right. I'm going big." So, anyways, yeah, I just gotta tell you guys, bro. When you want something, you got to see the test that's gonna occur, right? Happens a lot in relationships. You find yourself keep dating like the same woman over and over again. Not like literally the same woman. Like for guys, I'm talking about guys right now. Like this could be applied to girls too, whatever. But you find yourself every time you go out and you find a girl, it's the same type of girl, and she gives you, and she keeps hitting it on the same wound over and over again, and it keeps ending in the exact same way, over and over and over and over again. But the thing is, you're that constant. So when you begin to work on yourself and you start doing well, then the thing that's gonna happen before you break free and you find like the woman that can match your energy and the woman that you desire, the partner you desire, is what's gonna happen is either both the people from the past are gonna try to get a piece of you because you're grown now. You've done a lot of work on yourself. The other thing's gonna happen is the universe or God's gonna present to you that same archetype of woman again, and you're gonna meet them, and it's gonna feel the same way. But this time, you're gonna be like, oh, this is it. This is where I have to say no. I'm gonna move on. Like they show all of a sudden they show the same pattern of behavior that's been going on with all the other women you've been dating, where like the hot and cold, or like the playing hard to get, or like not being appreciative of you, or whatever it is, whatever the issue is, it's gonna happen one time after you work on yourself. It's gonna happen, and you've grown when you're able to say no to that. That's when everything explodes. Everything explodes when you put in the work, and then after you put in the work, God presents you something old that you usually would have said yes to. The universe presents you something that you used to do all the time, but this time you're like, this is it. This is where I have to say no. This is the old things coming back, right? And that's it. But I love you all. 10-4 on the dot. Guys, girls, gays, queers, them, these are any all everyone. Have a blessed rest of your day. And I hope you all had a great weekend. I'll catch you guys on a beautiful Monday.